All right, Scorpio, this is your mid-December 2020 love horoscope and tarot reading. We're going to talk a little bit about the stars first and what's happening in the sky, and then we're going to talk and clarify with the tarot and the angels oracle. We have a lot of intense energy the rest of the year. 2020 certainly hasn't disappointed with its surprises. And true to form, it's going to do the same thing for the rest of the year. So let's dive into it. We have some big stuff happening. The sun is sitting in Sagittarius until December 21st. It's transiting your second house of earned income from the business you work for, the business you own. It's your resources. So you might be dealing with some resources right now. And Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter has been sitting over in Capricorn for the last year at its fall position. Jupiter doesn't necessarily do well in Capricorn, so there might have been some surprises on the money front lately or with the job, or there might be some setbacks regarding second house matters and resources. The good news is that the sun moves out of moves out of Sagittarius into Capricorn on the 21st, and that's right before Jupiter exits Capricorn, and so does Saturn on the 21st. So basically what that means is we're going to feel a lighter energy once Saturn and Jupiter are exiting out of that third house of Capricorn. The third house is all about communication. It's the way you speak to other people. It's your text messages. It's your emails. It's the way you present yourself to the world. It also has to do with learning and just regular chatting. So if you've been going through a change on that front, Scorpio, and rising up as the Phoenix, I wouldn't be surprised if you kind of change your motif, so to speak, on the communication front. Saturn has been sitting in that third house of Capricorn since December 2017. This is a 3-year period that we've gone through. Saturn sitting in Capricorn in its home sign, this can be tough stuff. This could be just a trying period on the communication front for you. The good news is, on December 21st, Saturn and Jupiter are moving out of your third house and into your fourth house. The fourth house has to do with foundation, family, and home. So you might be considering a move over this next couple of years. Things might bubble up on the family front or the home front in 2021. So you're shifting focus, and it's a big shift for you, Scorpio. The love planet, Venus, has been camped out in your sign, your first house of you, and it's been there for the last few weeks, but it's finally moving out of your sign. And I say finally because Venus actually doesn't do very well in your sign. It's at its detriment. It's ruled by your opposite sign of Taurus. So when it's in your sign, and you're ruled by Pluto and Mars, there can be tension on the love front, unfortunately. It could also bring in a lot of attraction. It kind of just depends on which way Venus is going in your natal chart and whether or not it's aspecting other points and planets. But generally speaking, Venus in the first house can bring you a lot of attraction. It can put a spotlight on you, but it can also bring in a lot of tension on the love department. So Venus is going to move out of Scorpio, or actually it has already, on December 15th. Into Sagittarius, and it's going to be there until January 8th in your second house of earned income. This is great for business. This is great for money. So if there's been some revelations on that money front, especially with that solar eclipse happening in your second house on December 14th, Venus is going to help soothe things over if you've been having some trouble in that particular department. We have to wait until December 19th and 20th until Jupiter moves out of Capricorn. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, not happy in Capricorn. So once it moves into Aquarius, picks up dignity. The benefics then, which is Jupiter, the big benefic, and then the lesser benefic, which is Venus, start raining in the gifts. But right now, both are a little bit hampered because Jupiter's in its fall position in Capricorn until December 18th, December 19th. We got to wait a few days. Things will soothe though if you've been having a little bit of stress on that second house. Let's see here. The 21st is, well, The 21st is an awkward day, okay? Things are going to soothe over with the money, but Venus is going to make an awkward angle. It's called a quincunx. It's a 150-degree angle over to Uranus. Uranus is change. Uranus is sudden revelations. So, and that's in your 7th house of partnership. So there could have been some issues with money and partners. It could be... it could be you changing jobs. There could be a lot of things happening here, just considering the fact that Venus and Uranus, that 2nd house money, 7th house partnerships, if those themes are ringing true for you, this is an awkward angle. There's some frustration that comes with it. And that very same day, Venus makes an antitia over to Pluto in your 3rd house of communication. And that's your ruler. That is your modern ruler. Pluto. So it's been sitting in your 3rd house of communication and deconstructing how it is you communicate with people over the last several years. And it's going to be in Capricorn, I think, until 2024. It's not done yet. What you need to know about an antitia is it's things that we don't necessarily see coming. So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. There could be some losses on the money front, and you could hear from. There could be communication about that around the 21st. It's just awkward angles. It's not pleasant stuff. I wish I had better news on this front, but there's a lot happening on that 7th house of partnerships, money. There could have been some setbacks recently, and if that wasn't enough, Scorpio. Your ancient ruler, Mars, you're co-ruled by Pluto. It's your modern ruler. And Mars is your ancient ruler. Mars is going to make a challenging square over to Pluto on the 23rd. So that's right before Christmas. Mars has been camped out in your 6th house of work, routine, health, and service since September. So it's been traveling through Aries. It retrograded from September to November, and now it's moving forward again, but it's still in its shadow phase. So you could be still cleaning up things from that September, October, November timeframe, especially when Mars goes retrograde. Things tend to fall apart and shake things up. Now it's going to make this really challenging aspect to Pluto. These are both of your ruling signs, and it's sitting in that 6th house of health, routine, work, and your 3rd house of communication. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have some really challenging power dynamics happening with any of those areas. It's an assertion of dominance. It's power struggles. Mars retrograding in Aries. This doesn't happen very often. I actually did a little bit of research for you so you can understand what this all means, because you especially, Scorpio, could be triggered by this because these are both of your ruling planets. So I'm going to go back to 1941. December 10th, 1941 is when Mars was retrograding in its home sign of Aries. About a month later, Pearl Harbor happened on December 7th. So this can end in battles. Watch what's happening in the news around December 23rd, because you're probably going to see some shocking news come about. This could even be a covert action. The next time that that Mars was retrograding Aries was November 25th, 1973. During that time period, the Greek president was ousted. The last time that Mars retrograded in Aries was August of 1988. And at that point, it was making a challenging square over to Neptune. And 50,000 Kurds were killed in the Iran-Iraq war by chemical agents. And Neptune is a cloudy, nebulous planet. So you can see where these things happen. Neptune is cloudy, it's hazy, and chemical agents. In 1941... when Pearl Harbor happened, Uranus was sitting over in Taurus where it's sitting now. So things might shake up. Just be on the guard. If you're being drawn into any type of power struggles, especially you, Scorpio, where you have a thing with power, I mean, Pluto is your ruling planet. Pluto is power. You really have to fight the urge to engage anybody. You really have to back down. If you can take time off, if you can not engage in those struggles, it's going to be to your greatest benefit at this point, because the energies are going to try and drive you into these power struggles over the next week or so, and it's going to be intense, especially with communication. Things could be happening with work and health and service, and then you have Uranus sitting over in your 7th house. That's change, that's liberation, that's things that we don't see coming, that's the future. So, if any of those themes are ringing true for you, you might want to go get a personal reading. My email's always in the description box below, so feel free to do that. If that wasn't enough, whoa. We have a full moon on December 30th in Cancer. That's another water sign. That's a cosmic cousin to you, Scorpio, which means that's happening in your 9th house of higher beliefs, higher education, spirituality. So you might be going through some tough stuff, and that full moon is going to bring it to a culmination in your 9th house. So you might be changing direction. Your personal beliefs might be changing. You might be having a spiritual awakening if this year's been super tough, especially with Saturn and Jupiter sitting in your 3rd house. It's urging you to change the way you communicate with other people. Scorpio, you have a tendency to be secretive sometimes. I have a feeling that's part of it. So keep these energies in mind. The rest of 2020 is going to be tough. You're going to have challenges. You need to really be careful around the 23rd forward, okay? That's the exact day of the square between Mars and Pluto, your modern ruling planet and your ancient ruling planet. You're going to be involved in something. People are going to try and draw you out. You have to fight the urge at every cost to avoid issues with dominance, issues with power struggles within your relationships. Anything to that effect is going to cause a destructive wake. I mean, it's usually not good. So fight the urge, Scorpio. You have the willpower within you. You're quite powerful in and of yourself. You can back down from engaging if people are trying to draw you out. But be aware, things are on the move, and you might get some pretty tough communication over the next couple weeks. That isn't to say love can't be found, right? So love can always be found somewhere. But just be aware, if you're in a partnership and people are trying to tick you off, just be aware of that and use it to your advantage, and don't engage, because it doesn't end well, okay? All right, let's check the Angels Oracle. We're going to solve the Tarot too. I've been shuffling for a little bit. Let's see what we got. Remember, this is a general reading. These messages will not resonate with all of you. If you're watching for your sun sign, be sure to check out your ascendant, your Venus, and your moon. Sometimes those messages will resonate more with you depending on what's happening in your own natal chart. All right, Scorpio, here we go. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. We just talked about this. Don't engage. Big stuff's happening. They're trying to draw you out. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Things could be pretty difficult right now. There's not a lot happening in your love department except for Uranus sitting in your 7th. That's going to shake things up if it hasn't already. All right, stay optimistic. It's also asking you to retreat. Don't engage. All right, let's clarify with the Tarot. Let's see what the energies have to say about all of this. You're not alone in this, Scorpio. We're all going through it. Yours just happened. That Mars-Pluto square, it's gonna be tough, okay? And you really have to resist those urges to engage. All right, let's clarify. Let's see where this is all going. 8 of Pentacles, work. We just talked about work. 6th house, Mars is sitting over there. That's your ancient ruler. You're taking a look at what you've been creating lately. See where this is going. The Strength card could be dealing with a Leo. You might need strength here, Scorpio. This is also the 8th house. That's you. Page of Swords could be a message. Knight of Wands. This is also fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. We're in Sagittarius season. Mars is sitting over in Aries. Page of Pentacles, more messages, probably coming from the work front. Could be an offer. We'll see, right? Yeah. Nine of Wands. That's the waiting card. All right, so Scorpio, like I said, yeah, it's not easy stuff. You know, you have the retreat card from the angels and staying optimistic. So when I see this with these three cards, you know, the 8 is the man hard at work. You have probably been putting a lot of effort into work lately. Especially with Mars sitting in that 6th house, you could be trying to create something and it's really, really testing you and you need strength to move through it. You could also be dealing with a Leo. You could be trying to be building a relationship with a Leo or reconciling with a Leo. And pages. So this is messages. This is an unemotional message or an offer. And basically what this is saying is you need to take this very slow. You need to use your intuition because things might not be as they seem, and there's lots of messages flying back and forth here. Right. This could be about work, and this could be about where it is you're going in the future. So pay very close attention to any messages that you are getting over the next couple of weeks, because it's asking you to take some time out for yourself and also be optimistic about love. You're likely getting a message, if I had to take a guess, from this Knight of Wands. Sorry about that. The Knight of Wands tends to be very flamboyant, outgoing, life of the party. They can draw you in, magnetically drawn to this person. Don't get hung up on gender here. You know, women could absolutely exhibit a Knight of Swords energy here, right? So you might be getting some messages here that's saying, hey, be optimistic about love. But I think at most, it's more confusing. And what this is saying here, especially with your last card, which is the Knight of Wands, this is the man waiting. This is a person not knowing what to do next. It's kind of like being in suspense and looking around, you know, which way do you go next? And what I'm going to say is, especially with staying optimistic about love, you might not be sure which direction to go. Particularly with, you know, the retreat card here and taking time out for yourself. You absolutely need to do that. You need to be patient and you need to not engage. You just need to take time out for yourself and probably just rest for the rest of the year. That's definitely what this is asking about, but be sure you're paying attention to the messages that are coming in, because there's definitely something here with work and something that this could be cutting. I mean, this could be something that really triggers you. Page of Swords here. So just be aware of that. But this is saying, wait, don't take action. Anything that you do too hastily probably isn't going to end very well. So let's pull one more card for the outcome, Scorpio, and see how this ends. Oh, this is nice. King of Pentacles. I suspect you might be changing jobs here, or you might be headed more toward a Knight of Pentacles type energy. You know, Scorpio, you are also a financial house. The 8th house is lump sum. So there could be a lump sum coming to you. The Knight of Pentacles brings stability. The Knight of Pentacles moves very slowly. This is Taurus energy. So Taurus is also your opposite sign. This is 7th house partnership. So you might be deciding, which way do I go on the partnership route? You're not really sure where to go. You might be moving toward a Taurus, but be careful here, okay? The Antisha energy is something you don't see coming. Mars squaring Pluto, especially in Aries, that's firepower. So this is asking you, be slow, be cautious, have the steady hand. Don't move too quickly. Taurus is stubborn. They move very, very slow. So make sure you have all the facts in front of you before you start making any decisions and before you start responding to any text messages that might be irritating or trying to draw you out, because it doesn't end well. Use that Taurus energy to really think and move slow. I hope you enjoyed this video, Scorpio. If you enjoy more of these, please subscribe, click that like button. We'll talk to you next time. We're going to do a full 2021 astrological and tarot reading, so you know exactly what you can expect in this upcoming year. Till next time, take care.